Iranians have paid a very high price for the freedom of their homeland. A price that amounts to tens of thousands of lives. A regime that massacres its own citizens, easily exports violence and terrorism beyond its borders. A free, reconciled and secular Iran would be a stronger and more reliable ally for the West, especially for the United States and Israel. Words of Mitra Jashni in a recent conversation with Fuente Latina Television.
Asesinadas y hay algo fundamental que no debemos olvidar.
The mother of Seper Shokuhi, who became known in Persian language social media as Seper Baba, says that security forces shot her son in the side. After undergoing 2 successful surgeries at the hospital, he was reportedly recovering. However, agents of the Islamic Republic's security forces allegedly entered the hospital and killed him with a final point-blank shot. According to reports from some human rights activists inside Iran, officials responsible for the Islamic Republic's crackdown had promised hired killers a payment of 30 million tomans for each protester killed and 10 million tomans for each injured protester delivered. These activists believe that this is why security forces stormed hospitals and executed wounded protesters with a final shot. Death sentence issued for 19-year-old protest detainee Mohammad Amin Beglari. Branch 15 of Tehran's Revolutionary Court, presided over by Judge Abolqasem Salawati, has sentenced Beglari to death. His case has now been sent to the Supreme Court for final review. Mohammad Amin was arrested on January 8, 2026 on Damavan Street in Tehran during the protests. A barber by trade, he was detained by security forces while returning home from work. For more than a month, his family had no information about his whereabouts. His father repeatedly went to Kahrizak, searching among transferred bodies for any sign of his son, before eventually being told that Mohammad Amin had been moved to Ghazal prison. An only child, Mohammad Amin Beglari, now awaits the Supreme Court's final decision on his fate. Four sisters arrested in Tehran, and weeks later there is still no word on their whereabouts. Nusha Nakhai, Mona Nakhai, Kimia Davoudi and Tara Davoudi were detained by government forces and taken to undisclosed locations. No clear information has been released about their legal status or condition. According to reports, Tara Davoudi, a former surveying student at the University of Isfahan, and her sister Kimia Davoudi, a former law student at Razi University of Kermanshah, were arrested on January 14, 2026. The arrests were reportedly carried out violently and without a warrant. More than 3 weeks later, no official body has accepted responsibility or provided answers. Earlier, in the early hours of January 9th, 2026, Mona and Nusha Nakhai were detained after security forces raided their family home. The stated reason for their arrest was their personal car had been on the street the night before. The continued silence surrounding these four women has heightened serious concerns about their safety, while their families remain in complete uncertainty. "18-year-old Camelia Nazari has been arrested, and weeks later her fate remains unclear. According to reports, Nazari, a resident of Shiraz, was detained by security forces on January 10, 2026 outside her home and transferred to Adel-Abad prison. Her family says they still have no clear information about her legal status, exact place of detention, or the charges against her. Authorities have offered no transparent explanation. A relative says that in a brief phone call, Camelia reported being taken for daily interrogations and subjected to psychological pressure in an effort to extract a confession, leaving her severely distressed. According to received reports, 18-year-old Fatemeh Namanlouei from Shirwan was arrested by security forces on January 8th and transferred to prison in Bojnurd. Fellow detainees say she was last seen with visible bruises and signs of beatings. Since then, no clear information has been released about her physical condition, detention circumstances, or legal case. The continued silence surrounding Fatemeh Namanlouei's fate has raised serious concerns about her safety, while her family remains in complete uncertainty. Disappearance of Mina Amini in Vawan town. According to reports, Mina Amini, a resident of Vawan town, has been missing since the afternoon of February 11th, and there has been no information about her whereabouts or condition since then. Despite continuous efforts by her family and inquiries at police stations, judicial offices, and medical centers, no official body has accepted responsibility for her arrest or detention. The ongoing lack of information about Mina Amini's fate has raised serious concerns about the possibility of enforced disappearance. Her family remains in a state of uncertainty and distress. Arrest of Sabah Ahmadi, boutique owner, in an early morning raid on her home. According to reports, Sabah Ahmadi, owner of a fashion boutique, was arrested around 5 a.m. on February 14th after security forces raided her private residence. Officers detained her at her home and transferred her to an undisclosed location. Reports indicate that she had previously been summoned multiple times over social media posts related to her boutique, and her accounts had repeatedly been suspended. As of this report, no official information has been released about the reasons for her arrest, her whereabouts, or her current condition. Her family remains in the dark about her fate. According to reports, Shakila Qasemi, a 26-year-old Baha'i resident of Kerman, was arrested after security forces raided her family home. Officers entered without a warrant, fully searched the house, confiscated electronic devices belonging to her and her family, and took her away in handcuffs to an unknown location. Shakila, who worked as a graphic designer and also at a medical clinic, had previously been denied continuing her education because of her religious beliefs. She continued her studies independently, was fluent in English and Turkish, and was learning German. During this time, her family has contacted multiple authorities but has received no clear information about her location, charges, or legal status. She has only been allowed brief, controlled calls where she has said she is okay. The prolonged lack of information and denial of access to a lawyer have raised serious concerns about her physical and mental condition and the possibility of pressure to force confessions. Monarchist political prisoner Mahmoud Mehrabi has entered the 13th day of his hunger strike in Dastigat prison in Isfahan. According to reports, Mr. Mehrabi began the strike in protest of the crackdown on demonstrators and in support of political prisoners facing the risk of execution. His family says the hunger strike continues in defense of those who gave their lives for Iran's freedom and for prisoners now at risk of execution. They say he is seeking to highlight the sanctity of human life and oppose the use of death penalty as a tool of repression. Despite harsh prison conditions, Mr. Mehrabi is reportedly continuing his strike, which his family describes as an effort to draw public attention to the situation of political prisoners and the issuance and implementation of death sentences. 30 security agents stormed the home of Mohammad Salehi in Najaf Abad, arresting him and taking him to an undisclosed location. According to reports, Mohammad Salehi, born in 1999, was detained on the evening of January 13, 2026, after officers raided and searched his house before removing him. As of now, no official information has been released about his whereabouts, physical or mental condition, or the charges against him. His family remains in complete uncertainty about his fate. Students at Tehran Polytechnic, Amir Kabir University are chanting slogans against what they call the three crop groups: clerics, leftists, and the Mujahid, MEK. Saturday, February 21st. Following a student gathering at Aryamehr University of Technology, Sharif University, a group of Islamic Republic supporters reportedly charged toward them. According to reports, students chanted slogans including "Long live the Shah," "We didn't give our lives to compromise or to praise a murderous leader," and slogans against what they called the three crop groups. Chanting the national slogan "Long live the Shah" at Tehran Polytechnic, Amir Kabir University. Saturday, February 21st. The father of slain protester Negin Qadimi, speaking at the 40th day memorial for his child, said, "From the bottom of my heart, I want to say Javid Shah, which means long live the Shah." His cry of Javid Shah was echoed by those in attendance.
Javid Shah! Javid Shah! Javid Shah! Javid!
Videos received from Humayun Shahr in Isfahan Friday, February 10th, show citizens gathering to mark the 40th day since the death of Akbar Jamshidi, Abdur Rasul, Haj Bagheri, and Shahram Safari. As they honored their memory, protesters chanted slogans including Javid Shah, "We didn't give our lives to compromise or to praise a killer leader," "We are Aryans, we do not worship Arabs," and "Khamenei the murderer, what a delusion." The ceremony turned into a renewed show of defiance.